Okay, so this is gonna be fun. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I got a new toy just for a minute. I rented this machine. I got this John Deere, it's the 317G. It's one of their smaller track loaders, skid steers, and I have like 10 jobs I'm gonna do with this. I have a list. I have this list I've compiled forever, honestly, for a long time, the things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to move all of that wood chips to its final resting location. I'm gonna try to get this thing in the barn. I rented it for 2 days, and now it's pretty expensive, but I mean, if you compare it to a lot of other things, it seems more affordable for what the value is. Like if you think about going to Las Vegas and blowing a bunch of money, this is a great deal. The big thing about renting it for 2 days is that this is my training 2 days. This is my joystick time. It's time to learn this machine, because if I can really learn this thing, then hey, I can rent it for half a day and get a bunch of stuff done, you know, 6 months from now if I have a job I need to do. Ducks?
Yep.
Oh, they're so cute. They're like, get out of here. You're taking pictures, glamour shots. So I'm not gonna talk much more. I'm just gonna run this machine. I have a ton of jobs. I think I have 6 big jobs on my list. I don't know if the machine can do all of them, and I don't know if I can do all of them, but at least the 3 of them, at least 3 of the big ones, I'm pretty certain I can get done. I'm just praying that I can do this safely. These things can be extremely dangerous. You can roll them easily, and this place is all hills. This yard is all hills. So I need to be really, really aware of my weight, distribution going up and down hills, sideways on hills, and not roll this thing over, because if I roll it over, it'll be a bad day. I've never, ever, ever run a piece of equipment like this, but hey, I've watched about 10 YouTube videos on it and have a pretty good idea, 1, how all the controls work, and 2, how to not kill yourself in it. So let's rock and roll. It's really hard. I'm not surprised actually at all how hard it is. If you think about it, with your 2 hands and your feet, you're actually controlling 9 different variables at once. And you can't, our brains don't have the capacity to do that deliberately. They do have the capacity to do 9 different things at once instinctively once you've actually learned it and you felt it and you've done it all. So that's what I don't have, is the experience. See if I can get in here and start getting manure out of the barn. This is a crazy big job. So I need to put the goats up, and it's a little iffy. There's hills everywhere. I've got to bump that. I think I can bump over that. The weight distribution will be right, because when I'm going up, I'll have a full load in the scoop, so I won't be likely to roll backwards. You could roll a skid steer on that hill actually easy. But if I stick to that one spot right there, I should be fine. And then on the way down, the weight will be in the back, because the weight distribution empties on towards the back. So it should be okay up and down that hill. You about ready to go?
Yeah.
All my helpers showed up. The rest of them are playing at the creek, but this guy's ready to roll. Hey goats! Hey goats, come on! Hey goats! They're up in tall grass up there, just stuffing themselves. Okay, the steer and the heifer have already put themselves away in here. They like to hang out down here in the cool. And I'll put the goats over here. I dropped you a handful in there. You gotta go check it out. I'm a little worried I'm gonna get stuck in this area right here. I think I'll be fine though. We'll just have to go real easy. Well, he's gonna want to watch while I'm running it. So, do you want him? Wilder is eagerly awaiting his turn in the skid steer. Mr. Wilder, look at that belly, wow. All right, Wilder. Are you ready to roll? You ready to drive this thing? You got your hearing protection? Can you put it on? Your earmuffs, put your earmuffs on. You gotta wear them. You gotta wear your seatbelt too and the lap bar. Day 2 of working with the skid steer. I kind of skipped out on you yesterday and quit filming because the camera ran out of battery and I pretty much just ran that skid steer nonstop all day. And I'll tell you what, I've made a huge mess and I'm not sure if I can finish what I need to do today. And I just have it till, I guess technically tomorrow morning, so I have a long day today at 6 o'clock. I'm about to jump in that machine. I'll show you what I've done. We got this area right by the camper, mostly smoothed out. There's a little chunk right there that needs filling into that ditch. You are a good friend to have. Good friend. And then you won't really be able to see it well, but this barn is knocked way down. I took so much manure out of here. It's crazy how much came out. You know, last year we thought we had a big manure pile. This year, it is way bigger. And there's still stalls I haven't cleaned out. I haven't cleaned out that stall. I haven't cleaned out this stall, this one. Okay, this is where trouble begins. So here we are, outside the back door of the barn. If you've watched the channel for a year or more, you'll know we've had some major drainage issues back here. And this has gotten sloppy, mucky. So I'm trying to fix that. And I've made some great progress. I've lowered this whole strip here inches so that I almost have slope out of the barn to this point, which is what I wanted. The real kind of core of it is to keep runoff from this whole pasture out of that little corner. And so that's what this is all for. So I'm making a curved ditch from the machine all the way down to the creek. That's going to be an easy slope in and out. It's not like a ditch you could break your ankle in. It'll be like a big swale. Expect to work from now, 6 o'clock, till about 8 or 9. I'm confident I can get this out, except for one thing. It's starting to drizzle. And guess where that machine is? It's already wet over there. That's why I'm stuck. Other than the fact that I drove into a big hole. But where's the machine? It's at the spot that I designed for all the water to go. So if it were to pour rain, that hole would fill up from runoff. So hopefully it'll just... Anyway, I should probably dig now.
Take me back to the old dirt road where Mama and Papa used to go. Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days of yore. Well, let me run through the breeze like the leaves on the trees. Let me fly like the leaves when they fall. Well, let my mind go serene like a cool water stream that runs from the mountain so tall. Oh, take me back down the old dirt road.
I have not been able to keep up with filming while running that machine. So 15 hours later, more hours on the machine than off of it by far. I was probably on it for 13 hours that day. All right, this is a couple weeks later, and I realized I didn't even film the last shot for this video, so here we are. I'm gonna show you the outcomes of the skid steer. Honestly, it was amazing. This area is exactly how I want it, minus there's a little less grass than I'd like, but it's coming. It's basically swale here, easy ditch here, the cows can walk through it, and this prevents the majority of the water from running to the barn. Takes it out to the creek that way. We got this area filled in, we got all the manure out of the barn, got the wood chips out of the yard. This area I did closer to the final grading on this huge pile. All right, I moved some dirt up here by the house, but I hit the skid steer's limitation, and that is moving really big rocks that are locked in soil. There's a huge rock in here. I couldn't get it out. So I basically created a pond because I dug, and then I hit the rock and I couldn't go any further. So tadpoles, pond, that's there until my grader's ready and can come back over and use that machine, which is the perfect machine for the job, but that's fine, no rush on that. And then what did the skid steer do for the garden? I'll show you. Manure, bigger manure pile than we've ever had in the garden. That's for next year in the garden. And over here, wood chips, which just a little bit here, a little bit there. We're spreading on the paths of the garden. We've got started up here. And I feel like we are rich in our garden because of this stuff. The skid steer honestly saved me probably 2 or 3 weeks of hand labor with a pitchfork in my truck just in moving this stuff into the garden because it's so much volume. All right guys, big success. Thanks for joining me and we'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.